Good evening, afternoon. Welcome to another Zelda 1 Randomizer random percent race. This is game 1 of 3 between JSR and CaptainGreen7. We're going to be doing games 1 and 2 back to back right here. I'm John Tabin. Joining me on commentary is Antlers44.
Hey John, how's it going today?
It is going well. I'm excited for this race. There's two guys, both I'd consider friends, and both extremely good Zelda 1 players. So should be a good match. I think they're pretty evenly matched. This could easily go either way.
Yeah, two guys that went down to the lower bracket a lot quicker than expected. Both of them, in my opinion, were heavy favorites to go far in this tournament, and still are. But just one of them, not necessarily both, since they're going up against each other. So it's going to be an exciting series against two very good players here.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about this tournament is the seeding was random. In addition to the flags, the seeding was random, so it was very easy for good players to run into each other very early. And they are starting off with just one Triforce piece. It is either level 7 or level 8, depending on what the dungeon quest is on the back half. For those, in case anyone's hasn't been following along this tournament, the flag random percent means that a lot of the flags are 50-50, so they kind of have to figure out what's going on as they go. They started with the wand, it looks like,
yeah, the wand and the bow. And in my opinion, I think that kind of favors JSR a little bit. Captain Green has done a lot more, I think, of like really kind of hard trolley flags where you don't get a ton of help, especially early in the seed. So I think that might kind of favor JSR having that quick combat.
They also both got bombs very quick, and they're both getting a very quick candle. So we're off to the races here.
Very true. Yeah, the nice early candle is always good. That's fewer checks that they'll have to orphan and come back to. They can route a lot of that in, and you see Captain Green immediately putting it to use and finds another take-any as JSR finds level 2 here in the forest. This is Shapes level 2. I can already tell you this is Shapes level 2, just based on where he entered and where he can go. So we are dealing with Shapes first, or 1 through 6.
Captain Green pausing in this cave. They've got arrows freely available to buy right near start, so when the money presents itself, they can, and since they started with the bow, they'll be able to use it immediately. It's 50-50 whether red ring and silvers are going to be forced to 9, and also 50-50 whether all items are going to be vanilla, which would put red, green, and silvers in 9 too. So it's pretty likely that if there's a Goma somewhere, you're going to want wood arrows with these flags.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we did see the wand on the floor in level 2. That means that tells us a couple different things. That tells us that the items are shuffled between dungeons. That doesn't necessarily actually tell us whether the heart shuffle is on, because in Shapes, both of the items are going to be floor items in level 2. So you see Captain Green ducking out pretty quick here. I'm not sure if he got blocked by something or what happened there. I didn't see, but JSR is continuing to dig.
Maybe Captain Green is thinking he's seen one item in there. It's not a big dungeon.
And he does still need the Triforce. Maybe he got key blocked or bombed. No, he has.
Yeah, I don't know. He went in, checked a cave, and then came back.
Okay, so there's a heart on the floor in level 2. So we don't have really any confirmation yet about heart shuffle. That does tend to kind of lean toward heart shuffle not being on. But it could just be a coincidence. It's pretty early to call him.
Question chatter, walls walk throughable? We don't know. It is is 50-50 whether second quest doors are on with Shapes. And we have seen races where people forget to push against walls until very late, and it is game deciding.
Yeah, meanwhile, Captain Green finds level 3. The only way that you'll know that without checking anything, that the walkthrough walls are not on.
Well, we just got the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, JSR walked through that wall there, but the only way we'll know that they're not on without checking anything is if we have a completely first quest 1 through 9. Yeah. Then there will not be walkthrough.
But in this case, we do have them, and JSR has seen a walkthrough and Captain Green has not. So if there's something important behind a walkthrough at some point, that could make a difference. Although I imagine Captain Green won't get to checking that soon.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Captain Green displaying some good bomb combat in this blue Darknet room. Doesn't get rewarded for it, but he'll be moving on. Meanwhile, JSR does find level 3 as well. So JSR has the early Triforce lead, but Captain Green has a lead into this level 3.
Yeah. So the question is, do we have a confirmed overworld type yet? Not really. We've seen one cave that only exists in first quest open, so we know it's not straight second quest. But other than that, it could be mixed or it could be first.
Yeah, I always assume mixed until I get some pretty good confirmation. At least like...
Yeah, it's a good bet because...
like 5 or 6K.
Because there's such a thing as mixed first and mixed second, meaning one of them has one item distribution. One of them has the second quest money. One of them has his first quest money. It's more likely to be mixed than anything else. And we just saw a recorder on the floor in level 3 in Captain Green's on Captain Green's side. Not only does that could be a big deal for a couple reasons. First of all, it means heart shuffle's on because there aren't floor items in shapes level 3 unless the dungeon hearts are shuffled. So that means they both left potentially left an item back in 2. Now, the recorder can also... There are a couple of flags that modify the recorder with this flag set. It's 50-50 whether it's new dungeons or old dungeons. Old dungeons meaning the first quest vanilla dungeon locations. New dungeons meaning the locations of the dungeons in the seed that we're playing. And it's also 50-50 whether the recorder goes to beaten dungeons, like you have the Triforce, like in the regular game, or to unbeaten dungeons, the dungeons where you don't have the Triforce. If it's unbeaten dungeons, all of a sudden the overworld exploration gets very fast. So as soon as Captain Green's done clearing this 3, I'm sure the first thing he's going to do is find out what that recorder does.
Yeah, recorder's a big find, and I don't know if you noticed, but JSR did a nice Kanana key in a room back there, saving a key. That could be big here with these early dungeons, especially not having to dig a ton of them out. And JSR picks up the Triforce in level 3 without finding the recorder, and that is an extremely linear level 3 that Captain Green sees there from the map. But JSR is going back in. It's a good play from JSR. He's going to want that recorder, I'm sure.
Yeah, he didn't see the basement item either, did he? So
no, neither of them have seen the staircase item.
So he knows there's at least one other thing in here. If he finds the basement before he finds that recorder, he might leave. So
yeah, that can be kind of dangerous. Yeah. Meanwhile, Captain Green finding the floor item first is good, but he takes a death all the way up in the top left of the dungeon. So he's going to be back to start, and he's going to go ahead and leave, it looks like, and come back for the Triforce. I guess he's maybe going to try and rush the Triforces by start once he gets a few more resources to his name, which I don't necessarily disagree with that. You can keep exploring. You know those two dungeons are right by start, so it's not a big deal to up A and grab them real quick while you're over here.
People talking about a Kanana key in chat. I missed it, but I guess someone did. Well, we have a brown entrance to level 3, so it's either first quest or mixed first. In other words, there will be 3 big secrets, because when it's mixed second, that dungeon entrance turns green.
And that room claims JSR as well, so both of the runners have died to that room. Unfortunately, JSR is going to keep going, though, so it seems like kind of diverging strategies here. You got JSR digging for the Triforce, continuing on. And he's actually continuing on. He's got the Triforce. He's continuing on for the item in here, whereas Captain Green is just really prioritizing exploration of the overworld. JSR clearing this room full of blue dark nuts here that Captain Green dealt with earlier. He's not going to be happy with what he finds, which is nothing.
Yeah, Captain Green checks out the recorder. I was actually looking away, but Darkfall's saying in chat that it went to vanilla unbeaten, which isn't super useful. It will help with exploration, just being able to get around the map. But the funny thing about vanilla unbeaten is once you collect the Triforce, you can't warp at all.
Yeah, and that might be a strategy for Captain Green as well. He's been so close to, or he starts so close to level 2 and level 3 that if you recorder to 2 and 3 right now, you get pretty good exploration with your recorder, whereas if you pick up the Triforce for both of those dungeons, you lose that. So that might be a strategy that he's employing.
Yeah, Zarnak's also pointing out that you can check the vanilla level 4 location without a raft with that flag on.
It's also true. Absolutely. JSR finds his recorder in that black floor room, so he's not going to miss out on that. Meanwhile, he's not going to be able to get to this room furthest to the south here, because he's going to be key blocked.
We saw Captain Green Kanana key that key door. Someone was asking about it in chat. The way that works is if you are pushing against the key door at the moment that a shutter, or less often a bomb hole, opens, there's a moment when basically all doors are open and you can walk right through the key door even without a key. So that's what that is. And Kanana Phone discovered it. That's why it's called that.
Yeah, it's definitely a useful trick. It comes into play more so in Rando than anything else. But there are a couple categories like max keys.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Yeah.
It's used in the vanilla run.
Yeah, and the category extension, there's a max keys run where the Kanana key is required to get as many keys as possible in the game without buying a key. So, which a couple people have had fun with.
Yeah, interesting. Neither of them have found their sword yet, so they both had to just feed that Dodongo. That's never preferable. You always want to smoke it and stab it so you get your bombs back, but unfortunately, that's you don't want to come back just to do that.
Captain Green getting the Triforce out of 3. Did either of them see the basement in 3?
No, it's got to be in that furthest south room. They've both seen all the other rooms other than that room all the way to the south where they're key blocked. So that's got to be where the... Oh, never mind. So I guess we missed it, and they did see it. It was the blue boom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And another thing that I don't think that we mentioned is the drop groups are shuffled. We just saw red levers drop bombs. We saw another enemy that doesn't normally drop bombs dropping bombs earlier as well, but I didn't mention it. So we're gonna have some interesting times with bombs in the seed as well.
Yeah, that's a tricky flag, particularly if you're very familiar with the game and used to counting out for drops. Having the wrong enemies drop items can be pretty tricky, but it does help that the drop table itself doesn't change. Enemies are just shuffled to different drop groups. So if you can figure out which enemies are in the bomb group, you're still going to get the bomb drops on the bomb drop chances in the same slots, just not from the same enemies.
Exactly. And it also it can make things easier too. It can make some really easy enemies bomb droppers sometimes, like red levers being in that group is pretty easy bomb droppers if you get like red moblins, for example, or red octoroks, which are like everywhere. So you never know, it can actually help.
Captain Green checking the graveyard. Neither of these second quest locations opened, and the first quest location does. We will see when I imagine JSR is going to check first quest level. Well, he's. But I was gonna say I imagine JSR is gonna check first quest level 2 pretty soon. And we'll find out the overworld quest for sure. Although if he's gonna dive 7, it might be well. Immediate Triforce in 7. That's a quick, easy grab. And meanwhile, Captain Green finding the Aniki in level 6. That'll be nice because he just bought a key because of he'd already had some key trouble, so that's over.
Yeah, that's a really good find for Captain Green, and JSR is immediately out of that level 7. Meanwhile, it looks a lot like Shapes, we know this is Shape 6, but 7 actually could be first quest based on where JSR entered and where he could go. But we're not really going to get confirmation because I doubt JSR is going back there until he absolutely has to, especially having the bow already. I doubt he's going to be digging too much for items with the bow in hand and the recorder in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, starting with the bow, especially in a flag set where silvers are likely to be a 9, it really discourages spending more time in dungeons than you absolutely have to. So.
Yeah, meanwhile, JSR's found level 1 as well. We're finding lots of dungeons early in this seat.
Yeah, the one thing that's still out there item-wise is the ladder, which they might hit blocks from that.
And then there's always the raft wildcard. Raft, and there's the power bracelet. We haven't seen any roads yet, I don't believe, but that can always pop up as well. That's a 50-50 to shuffle the power bracelet spots. And we could have mixed quest, which could add a few power bracelet spots as well.
It's also 50-50 to shuffle the power bracelet, so it's very likely the power bracelet's going to be under the Armos, but not 100%.
JSR got to be careful here, this expanding Patra. But it did roll down, so that's good news for JSR. Looks like he wants to continue a little bit in this level 1. He's gonna go ahead and leave the Triforce behind for now. It's another early Triforce. And there's the silver arrows on the floor in level 1 behind a rupee boss.
I didn't even see that. I was looking directly at JSR's screen and I missed it, so good eye. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good call from JSR to keep going, although now he finds the heart on the floor. It's looking more and more like Heart Shuffle. Actually, we know Heart Shuffle is on.
Heart Shuffle's on.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we know it is
Heart
on.
Shuffle is on. Yeah, that's why I meant, sorry.
Yeah, we saw it on the floor.
Because 3. This is another very linear level 1. Kind of looks like a key.
We do have vanilla hints. Aim at the Eye of Goma is from the vanilla game. It also means that hints will be useless. There will be nothing that tells them about items in dungeons. If you buy hints, they'll tell you to go up the mountain or how to explore the Lost Woods, things we already know.
Nice bomb force there from JSR, taking an intentional hit from that Moldorm on the floor. And when you've got 2 Moldorms in a room, if you get the last hit on them with a bomb, you always know that it is going to be a bomb drop because of the fact that there are 10 sections. And Captain Green picks up the Triforce in level 6, and he, I would assume, is going to be out of there. JSR finally finding the staircase in a spiral here in the top of level 1, and it is just a heart container. Probably not happy about going through the whole thing for that, but it's knowledge that he has. It didn't take him too long. He's going to grab the Triforce and be out. And he's got a decent little Triforce lead here, and he's got the silvers. That being said, Captain Green is probably, well, I say he's probably not going to miss those silvers, but they are past a free Triforce. And you have to kill an expanding Patra to get through that room.
Captain Green buys the bait. Not super likely to come up with Shapes dungeons, but it's possible. And if there's a bait block, he will have a way around it. And it was a cheap bait and he had the money, why not?
Yeah, there was vanilla power bracelet there for Captain
Yep.
Green, so we'll see if that ends up being any roads. And he does find his sword up in the grave area, in the grave shop.
They've been ripping through the seed with the wand so much, I almost forgot they still hadn't seen the sword.
Yeah, when you start with wand, there's no real rush to go find the sword unless all the dungeons have wizard robes.
Yeah. Captain Green being very careful with these Armoses because they do 1 heart of damage and he's down to a heart.
Yeah, pretty healthy money seed as well. We've got, well, I say that and then we find a small secret of 2, but the large secret was over 100 rupees. I think it was 100 in the 120s. And then the medium secret I think was decent as well.
Yeah, and I think we saw the first quest level 2 entrance, right? So we know this is a straight first quest overworld.
Correct. Yeah, 127 for the large secret, and of course JSR finds that with over 200 rupees, so he's not real happy, I'm sure, with that. Meanwhile, Captain Green is back in level 2, probably going to grab his Triforce from here, now that he's got a key to get in. Captain Green finds the Triforce on the floor in level 2. He's going to dig out the second item. We know it's just a heart container. As JSR finds the door repaired, digging out the Lost Hills. JSR finds level 4. That's a previously undiscovered dungeon. Let's see what the shape of this is going to be.
Quick
About
map.
an average size level 4 from what the map shows us, yeah. Captain Green grabs his Triforce out of 2, and he'll be on his way. JSR continues to hold that that slight lead here. Captain Green doing a bit of less dense overworld checks, or areas, I would say. JSR in the Lost Hills in the forest area, finding more dungeons quicker. But with level 6 being over in the grave area, I think Captain Green did not waste his time over there. It'll probably kind of balance out here as Captain Green makes his way up toward where JSR is. Captain Green gonna take the cheap bombs, 6 rupee bombs, and JSR left level 4. I didn't see why.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. I was watching.
Perhaps he was out of bombs. Maybe he was bomb blocked. Okay, yeah, we're getting confirmation in chat that he was bomb blocked. And That's unfortunate for JSR because that's way out of the way. Does go ahead and grab the bomb
Green
shot.
finds level 5. It was a cave north of Vanilla 1.
Yeah, level 5 is a good place to be as well. I don't know that JSR actually found that.
No, I mean, was prioritizing East Hyrule. He hasn't done any of that. He hasn't done the Grave or any of Death Mountain or the stuff north of 1. I don't think he's done Camel Row either, so they've taken pretty different routes other than the beginning. So Captain Green finds the bow in the basement of level 5. He started with the bow, so he doesn't need it.
And this is a decently small level 5. Level 5 can be a bit bigger than this, so I'm sure that's a relief for Captain Green to see. Just got to find the Triforce out of here. I doubt he'll stick around and dig rooms, but you never.
Well, we haven't had vanilla drop rooms, so you don't. The Triforce can be anywhere. So he'll clear until he sees a compass or a Triforce. But I don't think if the heart or item shows itself first, he'll grab it. But I don't think he'll keep digging if the Triforce shows up first.
Exactly.
No.
And we have community hints, it looks like. So, not going to get any help from that.
It's vanilla hints.
Oh, vanilla hints, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Triforce in this room would be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
No
Dang,
such luck
it's
there.
just a key.
An unneeded key, as Captain Green has the any key. He's going to keep on moving up this left column. Gonna go ahead and check this staircase, I would assume. Get this 2-room section knocked out. Maybe not. He's going to keep going. Maybe check this on the way down. There should be 2 sets of corridor staircases in this level 5 because of the fact that there is normally a single set of corridor staircases in level 5, but this is segmented, so it adds one. And there's the Triforce in this pointless moat room for Captain Green. He's going to pick it up. I'd imagine he's going to be out of there. Meanwhile, JSR's got to be careful here. He's on half a heart. He gets a heart from those blue moblins, so that gives him a little leeway. Did take a bop from those Armos, which do 1 heart of damage.
Yeah, Captain Green had to be a little careful on that screen too. It's a deceptively dangerous screen sometimes.
Yeah, especially depending on the enemies. The blue levers can be kind of annoying on the screen. Oh, JSR takes a hit right out of his whirlwind from the recorder. He's going to have to go back to...
Captain Green did use the recorder to check the vanilla level 4 spot, and it was just a money-making game. And so he goes back to start, checks this power bracelet spot. It looks like we have vanilla any roads. Sometimes only one of the any roads rolls the vanilla, but it's an educated guess that because vanilla any roads are 50-50, it's an educated guess that if one of them's vanilla, you don't need to look to find where the others are.
Yeah, JSR in the meantime finds level 9 at vanilla 6. So at this point, that's all the dungeons. We found all the dungeons. Level 5 was, I think, the last one to find. Now they're just kind of backtracking where each other have found. Yeah, Captain Green found it. I commented earlier.
Okay.
Had found it, so they both know where 9 is. And, you know, I guess we haven't seen 8. Point in chat being made. I don't think we've seen 8, but that's probably going to be the last thing on their minds, with the fact that they already have the level 8 Triforce, and especially JSR's mind, because he has bow and silvers.
Yeah, people commenting in chat that JSR is menuing every time he switches items. Select swap is an option in the randomizer. Not everyone uses it. The reason not to use it is you can use select as pause, like in the middle of the game, to be more careful in some rooms, and JSR likes to do that, so he usually doesn't play with select swap.
Yeah, it just really depends on how reliant you are on that for tough combat, how comfortable you are with combat without using that. It can cut significant time off of your seed to use select swap because you don't have to pause every time you want to change your V item. Especially when you start with the wand, it can be very helpful.
On the other hand, one bad death can cancel out all the time for those menus, so it's a player preference.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of give and take there, double-edged sword. Meanwhile, JSR does find his any key, so he just has to make it to the right side here in this level 6, and he'll have his Triforce. He'll just need 4 and 5. Captain Green needs 1, 4, and 7. But Captain Green is in the right area for 1, 4, and 7, I believe. I believe they were all up here in the Lost Hills area. JSR finds his compass. It's up in the top middle. Yeah, right under the E. So it's right to the left of where you start. Left and up. Meanwhile, Captain Green about to start finding his dungeon.
Yeah, it is funny that we've seen every dungeon except for level 8, which is the Triforce they started with, but we haven't seen the ladder. So, dream scenario for the audience is ladder block in 9, and they have to go find the ladder in 8.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Especially if it's going to be like a really trolly Zelda to find.
Yeah.
And then she's in a Chevy room or a circle moat room or something.
Yeah.
JSR gets his Triforce out of 6. He is just 2 away from being able to enter level 9. Meanwhile, Captain Green finds level 4. He hopefully will not be bomb blocked in here, as he has 3 bombs on entrance, but he might use them for combat. I doubt he uses all of them for combat before he needs them. We'll see.
Yeah, he's pretty good at setting up counts and before he runs out of bombs. Ugh.
JSR getting close to where he's going to get his wooden sword here. He's 1 screen away. He's going to get his power bracelet, then he's going to get his wood sword. And there it is. Meanwhile, Captain Green is using bombs, but he did get a bomb drop off of those red Wizrobes. Not sure if that was a force or if he just got some vanilla red Wizrobe drops there.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't counting along, but I think even if his count were relatively low, there were enough Wizrobes in that room that he was going to get a force by the end of the fight if he didn't get hit. But anyway, so JSR in Death Mountain now.
Yeah, unfortunate for JSR because of the fact that we know he's coming down from Death Mountain now. Yep. So that's good. He's going to find level 5 right here. I thought he was going to check out all of Death Mountain, but there's level 5 right there for him.
It's easy to... Those 2 spots north of level 1, the Forgotten spot and the its twin right next to it where he just found level 5. They're very easy to accidentally route around, and so good play by JSR to just duck down real quick before. He was also relatively low on bombs, so it might have made more sense to go that way than to.
And Captain Green was about to get a red Wizard beam to the face, so he chooses to just up A. Yeah. That is a very nasty circle moat room without the ladder that he was trying to do. Oh, we got a walk-through wall in the level 4 there. And
yeah, so now both runners have seen the walkthrough. So if they if the walkthrough is a dispositive point, it's their fault at this point. They forget to check walls.
Yeah, and Captain Green gonna go ahead and leave this level 4 as well. I don't think we were bomb blocked earlier with JSR. I think we were just combat blocked. To be honest, this is some really nasty combat in this level 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't be... given how much money Captain Green has, I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs a blue ring. Given...
Well, and he hasn't seen that the red ring and silvers are not forced to 9 yet, so he could be thinking he's not going to get his red ring.
Yeah, he has every reason to think he's not going to get a defensive upgrade anytime soon, so... But he also hasn't explored this area yet, so he's doing that.
Yeah, so this area, I believe, is where levels 1 and 7 are. JSR putting those silvers to good use here on the Gibdos, taking them out real fast.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. Silver arrows do 4 HP of damage, so it's like getting a magical sword for your bow. In the vanilla game, you get them so late that you never really... Like, there's only like one room where they could possibly help, at least in the speedrun. I guess if you got lost in 9, you could use them on like-likes all over, but you rarely get to... In Rando, they are a big offense upgrade, in addition to being required if Ganon is forced, which, by the way, is also 50-50 with these flags. It is possible that they can just walk into Zelda's room.
And Captain Green got to be careful here. He took an intentional candle bop to set up a forced 10 count, but he took a Lionel beam to the face outside, so he's got to be very careful. He's on half a heart. Anything touches him, he is dead. But he gets a global drop off the blue Lionel. Very lucky that apparently a couple enemies have rolled vanilla at this point for the bomb group.
Yeah. Yeah, the drop group shuffle doesn't always shuffle all of them, so sometimes...
But that's sometimes... And Captain Green is picking up the Triforce and he's going to leave.
That could be... If Ganon is required... If Zelda is in an open room, that won't matter at all. But if Ganon is required and he doesn't go back there, JSR has a gigantic lead now, because now the one caveat to that is if Captain Green discovers the required Ganon, going back to level 1 would probably be his very first move, because it's small and has a bunch of items in it. But that said, if they get to 9 at the same time and it's a required Ganon, that would definitely favor JSR.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of tend to agree with Captain Green's play there, because all of a sudden he goes from being 3 Triforces away to being 1 Triforce away, and knowing the location of the last Triforce. I think at this point, you got to get to 9, you got to see, because that's like...
Yeah, I don't disagree with the play at all. It's just, it could be unlucky, that's all.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. So, and there are definitely different schools of thought to that as well, but personally, I tend to agree with the play from Captain Green there, because it's 2 rooms in. As for all he knew, he would have to dig the entire dungeon to find whatever items.
And given the flags, you assume red ring and silver's forced to 9 until you have evidence against it, basically. So.
Right, and he's seen so many items at this point that he would think that's very likely at this point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, JSR finds his Triforce out of level 5, so the big difference between these two right now is going to be the fact that JSR has the silvers and Captain Green doesn't. Captain Green getting back into this very difficult combat room here. Gotta be very careful. He's only got 5 hearts to JSR's 8. Doing a nice job of half-tile combat. They tag him once there, but he grabs a heart off the floor. Oh, and not even a push block for his trouble in that room, but he gets a bomb wall out at least. And there's the Triforce in the gel room right next to it. So Captain Green getting a good break after kind of a bad break, and he's going to be off to level 9.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, JSR was going the wrong way. He is going the wrong way for that Triforce. You got to go up and left, but he is going left and then up.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually. Now, if Ganon's not required, obviously Captain Green has a big lead here. But being first into 9 is definitely not the end of the race.
Yeah, and that is just a nasty, nasty circle moat room without the ladder. Very, very, very difficult room there to try, especially with the bomb wall into it. There's nowhere to hide. And if you think the Triforce is here, then honestly, I don't know if I clear this room because you can't get it anyway. I would look for other options at this point because all you do is confirm the Triforce is unattainable at that point.
Yeah, I would not touch that room. If I would want to find the compass before I assume the Triforce is there.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, there's the Chevy room in 9. That's interesting because
that's
neither
great to see without a ladder.
Yeah.
And we have a roar already. We have a Ganon roar already in level 9. Meanwhile, Captain Green down to just 1 bomb. He is in a very bad area to run out of bombs. This area is not too friendly for farming, being in the grave. Have a second quest push block there. I don't know that we've seen any second quest push blocks so far.
We did see the vertical, what Laz calls the grocery store room with the vertical the vertical blocks that's from second quest level 2. I did notice that in one of the dungeons, so I don't know if that second quest room's flag is tied to that, but
JSR does find his bomb wall. He is going to go ahead and find his Triforce here, as long as he doesn't die. There he goes, he got it. So he abandoned that circle moat room, proves to be the right play, and he'll be in level 9 very quickly following Captain Green.
Yeah, so a couple people I see in chat joining us asking for updates on the race. Here's the situation. JSR knows, and Captain Green does not, that the silver arrows are a floor item in level 1. We don't know if Ganon's forced. So if Ganon's forced, obviously JSR can kill him. Captain Green is not. He is not. Captain Green doesn't know that silvers and red ring aren't forced to 9. But Captain Green has a bit of a lead into 9. So very, very close race, and could be determined by some random rolls. So let's see what happens.
Unfortunately for Captain Green, the silvers are 1 room past the Triforce in level 1 too, so just a real stroke of bad luck there if Ganon is required. Captain Green taking a lot of staircases here. Ends up in the very top left of level 9. Walks into a turnstile room. And we haven't seen Zelda or Ganon's room yet. So that would kind of lead me to believe that they're probably going to be in their vanilla rooms, but you never know. I've seen it where both rooms have been in 9 and they have been shuffled.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 flag to force Ganon and Zelda in their own rooms. But we've even seen a seed where Ganon was in his room and Zelda wasn't. Like, you never know. Like,
right, yeah, it can just turn out that way.
It's called random percent for a reason.
And JSR is now in level 9. So we have a really good race on our hands here.
Yeah, they definitely both know Heart Shovel's on. They've collected items from, like, the floor in 3 and places like that, so.
And JSR has walked into Ganon's room. He's going to go ahead and kill Ganon here.
Ganon in an NSU room with no ladder. Let's go.
Yep. Fun times.
And it is not a 0 HP Ganon, and he has Wood Sword.
Another Chevy room, and Captain Green is locked in without a... JSR finally gets that stun lock. Will he keep it? He does dance. Oh, he loses it. JSR gotta be careful here. He's on 2 hearts, and he was standing right where Ganon would have spawned. Oh, Ganon takes him down with the high roll driver.
Yeah, he got a lot further in that fight than a lot of us would have, but that's a really tough rig. He's saving. I wonder if he's gonna grab a potion or something, because...
would be a good call, I think. He's got enough rupees. Especially already having Ganon located, seeing Wizrobes in 9, so silvers aren't really gonna help him much.
Yep.
And a cheap potion as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Captain Green trying a lot of bomb walls, nothing much really working out for him at the moment. Gets another staircase up to a similar area as he's already been. He's been in that Vire room right there. So maybe he's gonna take a different staircase this time. He gets a corridor staircase to the southwest. Here's a room that could be a possible drop room, possible compass. It's not. Meanwhile, JSR going for round 2 with Ganon here in this NSU room, this time potion in hand. Good news for Captain Green is the keys off of the Vires are heart droppers, so that's really helping him farm up some heart. JSR had the stun lock, he loses it again. Question in chat, 6 is nearby. Yes, 6 is at the Vanilla Master Sword First Quest location, and we are at Vanilla 6.
Yes, but since it's recorded Unbeaten Dungeons, they can no longer whistle to 6 because they have the Triforce.
Correct. And JSR gets Ganon down. Let's see what's on the other side of the...
And it was actually Vanilla Dungeons anyway, so they could have whistled directly to 9 because it's a Vanilla 6, but also they can't. Oh no, he Can he
JSR having trouble getting it.
Oh no! He killed Ganon in a location where the Triforce is.
There he got it. Yeah, I figured he was gonna get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Zelda can be literally anywhere. Meanwhile, Captain Green leaves level 9. There's the compass for JSR.
Oh boy.
So, and Captain Green was so close to that. Honestly, I think that room is one south of where that Chevy room was that Captain Green got locked in, because I think it was a shutter door to the south.
Yeah, is JSR about to get locked in that Chevy room? No, different room.
That could be interesting if that's the only entrance into Zelda's room. JSR, there's the use of the pause strats there.
Yep.
Those pause strats coming into play. JSR inching ever closer here. He's possibly one room away. Bomb wall to the south. Will he be able to get in? No, not from that way.
Yeah, we still don't know if Ganon was required. It is possible that Captain Green could take the right path and snipe this, but
meanwhile, we're about to possibly see... I think just one room south of where JSR was is a Chevy room with a shutter door in the bottom. I could be wrong. It is. It is, yes. But it's not required because there's 2 shutter doors. Ganon's not required.
Wait, so... Oh, so you're saying that the Zelda's directly south of that Chevy?
Yes, Zelda is directly... No, she's... Oh, okay, she's one room... Yeah, she's one room south of the Chevy.
So is there a way to get there without going through the Chevy?
That's the million-dollar question. We'll see. Because neither of them have ladder. This could still get interesting yet.
Yeah.
And no bomb wall to the west. This is shaping up to be an interesting finish here. But we know that Ganon's not required, so Captain Green just has to find the ladder. He does not have to find the silvers. So that kind of evens things back up. This is still anyone's race.
Yeah. It's also 50-50 important items in 9, which means, in theory, the ladder could be right here under one of these staircases. So,
very true.
Who knows what's going to happen?
It's very trolling Captain Green. Oh, and JSR comes out just south of Zelda.
Can he bomb in?
No.
Can't
And there's
bomb in.
Ganon's room.
He didn't get a chance to push on that wall, but the Wizards weren't really cooperating with him.
Yeah, I don't know if he just didn't think about it or if he just had to get
I
out.
think he was kind of cornered there, so... But...
And JSR leaves.
Yeah, he might be concluding ladder required. Did he see the right side of that Zelda room?
He didn't.
Yes, he did. He tried from the right.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
We
haven't seen... I don't think we've seen the west of it.
Okay.
We have not seen the west side.
Yeah. But question chat, important items in 9, 50-50. So if important items in 9 is on, it is possible Captain Green's going to find the ladder here. But it's not super likely, but it's possible.
And it looks like JSR is going back to level 7. This level 7 looks like it could be first quest. It also could be shapes. It's not second quest. We know that. We just haven't seen enough of 7, and we haven't seen any of 8. Okay, so it's shapes. That south room there confirms it's shapes, and there's the book and a staircase immediately in level 7 for JSR. He thinks about it.
Yeah, I might pick that up. I might pick that up just because it's 50-50 book is Atlas, and we have a Shapes 9 that we haven't seen the map of yet, which might give us some insight.
There's confirmation of shapes there.
Yeah.
Captain Green doing a really good job on this whiz robe here.
The downside to picking up the book, in case anyone doesn't know, is that it will make his wand much less useful because it will have fire that can hurt Link, which makes it harder to work with. So.
Captain Green, I think, is very close to where JSR found the compass. There it is. There it is, right there. So now Captain Green's gonna know. Oh, and he knows. He's seen all around that room. That's an interesting choice for 7 from JSR. Possibly trying to meta Captain Green a little bit. That's not typically the first one you go to. But I guess he has seen items out of most dungeons other than 7 as well.
Yeah. So Captain Green, maybe I think he's probably looking at his tracker and checking did I bomb all around that, because we know we saw him in that get shuttered into that room. We don't even neither of them have been west of Zelda, so we don't even know if there's a room there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just the only direction that we haven't seen possibly lead to Zelda. But Captain Green's gonna leave as well. Let's see where he goes. I'm guessing I know. I'm thinking probably level 1.
Yeah.
The other option would be level 4. We didn't see a staircase item from level 4. JSR has the advantage here, though, in that he has seen both of the other items out of level 1 as well. Oh, and maybe Captain Green was just leaving to buy bombs. Yeah, Captain Green was just leaving to buy bombs. He's going right back to level 9, it looks like. So, here's a divergence. If the ladder is in 9... Captain Green actually probably has an advantage here because he's got more exploration in 9, and he's going to be in here continuing to explore while JSR is digging out this level 7. JSR's got to be finding the item very soon here, and this is a pretty small level 7, all things considered, as well. Captain Green back in the area here with bombs in tow, but I think he knows that Chevy was right above Zelda. I think he's pretty sure that he's gonna need ladder at this point.
Yeah, JSR saw the book in the stairs. He's choosing to full clear the 7 for the floor item, which, if it's ladder, is smart play, but it's a gamble for sure.
Yeah, and Captain Green, he's in the area as well. Let's see if he tries to walk through this wall just south of Zelda. And he goes ahead and takes his last charge of potion.
Yeah, if this is a walkthrough to Zelda...
It is not.
No.
So, we have 2 possible scenarios. We have ladder required, or we have a magic staircase to the room just left of Zelda to get into her room. One of those 2 things will be true.
So, and JSR, I guess he found a heart in 7, so he's out of there.
Yep, just a heart container. Captain Green has done a ton of this 9. I can't believe he hasn't found either item.
Yeah, I mean, if he keeps digging staircases, something has to show up sooner or later, even if it's not something useful.
Yeah, and JSR's back in 3. I guess he never found the boomerang in here. This is giving Captain Green a little bit more time. Yeah, he sees the bad news again, getting shuttered in with those whiz robes. But that's good news for him. That confirms that Ganon's not required.
Yeah, if he didn't remember that it was 2 shutters in that room, he knows it now. So he knows he's got to kill some whiz robes in a Chevy to get to Zelda, and we'll need the ladder for that.
Either that, or he's got to find a very one-off staircase. One of the 2. And good point in chat as well. Captain Green could be assuming that the red ring and silvers are in level 9.
Sure.
So when he change here very quickly.
Yeah, when he gets back this just north of the Patra that had the Triforce, he's gonna see the silver arrows on the floor, and that's gonna change his calculus considerably. So we'll see what he does from there.
Meanwhile, JSR is going, it looks like, back to level 9. Gonna dig in here. Now, Captain Green has explored quite a bit more of this level 9 than JSR has, because JSR found the compass a lot earlier than Captain Green did, whereas Captain Green was in the level earlier. Oh, and Captain Green takes a death to the Patra. It feels bad. Nice useless turnstile there for JSR. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about levels 4 and level 8. Can you imagine if we had a raft in level 4 to get to a raft blocked level 8, which had the ladder?
How about ladder in 8 and raft in 9?
That's also a possibility. I've had a seed where the bow was in 9 that was logically required to leave 9 and go get silvers out of level 7.
Oh, Darkfall's making a good point in chat. I don't think we've seen the white sword item, so there could be some more overworld exploration to do.
And there were the silvers for Captain Green.
Yeah. He's gonna keep digging and find that heart container before he goes, for sure. But
yeah,
the heart container and 2 heart containers, right?
Yeah, it's 2 heart containers. Unfortunately, he's gonna keep digging and not really gonna find a whole lot. But at this point, he's looking for any unfound items. He's just looking for a stair item right now, but he's probably trying for a map, which he finds. So that'll help him quite a bit. He'll only be clearing possible staircase rooms at this point. Or shutter rooms.
Where the heck are these item staircases in 9? Like, between the 2 runners, they've seen a lot of rooms. Maybe it's under this dig dogger.
JSR is doing all these rooms that Captain Green has already done. We know this isn't it here, but yeah, Captain Green has done all this top left section already. The top right is where we haven't really seen a ton of. They need to find a way to get up there. Captain Green will see his heart container, won't even pick it up. He will be, well, okay, I guess he will pick it up.
Yeah, I think he started to up A and realized, wait a minute, I only have 6 hearts and I have a Wizrobe Chevy fight ahead. Maybe I should grab that.
Exactly. Question in chat between.
Oh, we got the map. We got the map, and we see that there is indeed no room west of Zelda. So it's either a magical stair directly into her room, or much more likely, the ladder is required.
And I don't think we've seen the staircase that JSR is about to do right here.
What is in here?
It's the red candle.
No. Well.
And you know what? It looks like Captain Green is headed for level 4. This is about to get interesting. Yep, Captain Green is in level 4, so hold on to your hats.
Right. Level 4 was really nasty, and
yeah, we haven't seen either item in level 4. I don't believe we might have seen the floor item, but I know we haven't seen the staircase item.
Jake Coper in chat, do we suspect a ladder block? We've seen a ladder block. Zelda is south of a Chevy room. The only other possibility is a magical staircase directly into Zelda's room, because all of the walls around her have been checked.
Yeah, except it can't be, because the west is not a room. We confirm with the map.
Right, but I mean, into Zelda's room itself is also possible. With
oh, is it? I did not realize that.
Yeah, I've seen that once. It's very amusing. You just come up on top of her, but.
And JSR upping to the beginning of the dungeon. Not many rooms here left in level 4 for Captain Green. He doesn't check for a walkthrough, and we've already seen one walkthrough in this level. He's got to be careful here. He's only got 2 hearts, and there's a bloomerang on the floor, so only gonna check staircase items at this point. I'm rooting for a raft. And it is going to be a walkthrough, by the way, to get into that top room that he was trying to get to. It's going to be a walkthrough from the right to the left to get into that room. And Captain Green sees some Dodongos there, does not bother to kill him. He's going to go ahead and refill on his bombs. I was wondering. There we go. JSR trying desperately to get to the top right section of this dungeon. Gotta kill some red Wizrobes in a circle moat room. Here's the staircase item in level 4. What's it gonna be? It is a raft!
Oh boy.
And JSR takes an unfortunate death in the circle moat room in level 9. Where is Captain Green gonna go? Is he gonna check that raft spot? If it's a raft spot, level 8. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
I think it almost has to be at this point. Except I don't.
Yeah, unless the raft's in 9. That's the only, or the ladder's in 9. That's the only other possibility.
Right. Yeah, I'm just talking about 2 getting level 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's much overworld left that they didn't get to. So.
Yeah, I don't. Actually,
JSR
I don't know
bombed
if we checked.
Mountain.
He did bomb Death Mountain.
At least some
I don't know
of
if
it.
he did all of it.
Oh, maybe not all of it. It could still be up in.
Yeah, it could be. And Captain Green's going to 7, so that's unfortunate for Captain Green. JSR has already done all of this.
Yeah, but from Captain Green's perspective, if he hasn't cleared Death Mountain, using the raft first is a gamble.
Yeah, he's gonna find an insta book here. Let's see if he keeps going for the floor item. Captain Green is going to pick this book up. It is the Atlas, so that's going to help him a little bit. Meanwhile, JSR continuing to try and get up to that top right section here. This 9 is not friendly. It's very, very segmented. You wouldn't think it would be just by the layout, except for the top right section, but just getting to the top right is a really difficult chore, it seems. And there's a good staircase for JSR. He is in the area that he wants to be, but without bombs. He's gonna give these Wizrobes another go, just tanking that damage from that Wizrobe there. Nice use of the half tile there. And there's a dead Wizrobe for JSR. He is fine. Oh no, it's a Chevy room! And he's gonna have to find an alternate route. I'm starting to think it's level 8. I'm starting to think the answer is level 8. Captain Green, he's almost done with this 7. He's getting close to where he needs to be. Using those silvers. And JSR found some bombs here. That's good for him. Unfortunately for him, all of this area up to the top left, I believe Captain Green has already seen. I'm pretty sure he's dug out this entire top left corner.
Question chat, what's Captain Green doing here? Heart Shuffle is on, so he is doing exactly what JSR did earlier in full clearing this 7. It's just going to be a heart.
Yeah, there's going to be one floor item in this 7. Unfortunately for him, it's just going to be a heart, but he does not know that. He gets shuttered into the same troll staircase room that JSR did earlier. Meanwhile, JSR gotta be careful. These blue Wizrobes abusing him a little bit, bullying him around. Oh no, and he gets sniped. Sniped on his way out of the room. And JSR is out at level 9. So this is interesting. Captain Green gets the meat out of his inventory there.
Yeah. Yeah. Particularly with select flop, it does help to get it out of your inventory.
I would do the same thing. No. And there's the heart container all the way at the bottom of the dungeon for Captain Green. He is going to be out of here. Let's see where he goes. JSR is looking for level 8. Let's see if he finds it up here on Death Mountain. Remember, Captain Green does have that raft. So he's working his way
Captain
toward
Green, that's my next check.
the raft spot.
Is to loop back to the
Meanwhile, JSR checking.
So.
Sorry.
But yeah, if 8's on Death Mountain, JSR is going to find it pretty soon. If it's raft blocked, Captain Green's going to get there a lot sooner. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, there's about 4 spots left on Death Mountain, I think. On the west side, there's only 1 over here for Captain Green. There are a few spots left on the east side of this mountain as well. It's not raft blocked. It's the white sword item, and it's the white sword. That'll help in level 9, but that's about it. Or level 8, if a level 8 is indeed required, which it's looking like, unless there is a very trolly staircase to get to the top right section of level 9, is going to be the case. So JSR is probably going to find level 8 here pretty soon on Death Mountain. Although it could be an East Death Mountain, and that would favor Captain Green, because that's where he's going to end up first.
Probably. Oh, yeah, and Captain Green has already checked the other raft spot, because with Whistle to Old Dungeons and Whistle to Unbeaten Dungeons, he was able to whistle to Vanilla level 4 and check it, and it was nothing. So yeah, it's somewhere in Death Mountain.
Oh, and JSR tried to force a bomb, but he miscounted.
Ooh, this is not...
That's rough. Given where both runners are in the context of the race, that's a really, really costly miscount right there. And there's level 8 on East Death Mountain for Captain Green. Massive level 8 here. So this is going to take a while. That does not necessarily mean JSR's out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm JSR, I'm going to find some bombs, and then that could very well be the first spot you route in when you make it back up there. So,
definitely.
Buying bombs now. We'll see how long it takes him to be there. No, 8 was just bomb blocked at the top of the stairs in East Death Mountain.
Captain Green gotta be careful. He gets an item on the floor. We didn't see what it was. It might have been bombs. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I just heard it. I imagine if I were Captain Green, I would be checking my menu if I heard that sound and didn't know what it was. So I imagine he knows it was bombs or something.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right there, for sure. JSR grabs a potion out of a take-any. Here's a staircase for Captain Green. It's a heart. Not what we're looking for. There's 1 out of 3 items down in this level 8. Now I'm thinking it's going to be funny if the ladder is not in here and it's been a 9 all along.
Well, given what we saw on JSR's side, the second item in 9 besides the red candle is probably ladder blocked, so... But yeah, I'm thinking the ladder's going to be in here. Either on the floor or in the other basement.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that based on what we've seen.
Now, is JSR going to go up these stairs? He's clipping across the river. He is! JSR is going to be right behind Captain Green.
Yeah. Good news for Captain Green, though, is he knows he doesn't have to go kill Ganon. He knows he just has to go to Zelda. So he's definitely got a big lead here. JSR probably needs to go right from start instead of down, just because of the fact that he's going to be following in Captain Green's footsteps if he goes down. Another caveat is JSR didn't pick up the book.
Yeah, that's right. So Captain Green has the immediate map. Didn't JSR just see level 8? I guess he just wanted to see the rest of the area before he goes in.
Here's another push block for Captain Green. It's
that's
the ladder.
A good point. That's a good point. JSR hasn't seen the white sword item. So yeah, Captain Green's got the ladder. Captain Green's probably got the race.
Yeah, unless something really weird happens in 9, this is looking like game 1 to Captain Green, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
I mean, JSR's not going to be too far behind him, but he has the path.
Yeah, Captain Green with the heads up, health refill, not going to take any chances with that blue Wizrobe Chevy room here.
Yeah, he's got the white sword. He's got 9 hearts. He's got a Chevy room full of Wizrobes to kill to get to Zelda.
Yeah, luckily it is only 3 blue Wizrobes, and in the Chevy room with blue Wizrobes, you can stand on that left tile, and they will never bother you. If you've got Beam Sword when you go in there, you can just sit there and beam them to death, and they will not touch you on that far left tile by the left.
For more Second Quest low percent strats, watch twitch.tv/antlers44.
Looks like Captain Green remembers the path here. JSR finds his heart, not what he's looking for. Yeah, Captain Green is on a mission. He's going right to that Chevy room. Here it is. Captain Green's not even waiting by the door. He's just bombing them all. He's got the health. He knows he's 1 room away from victory. And there it is. Door opens. Get your GGs out in chat for CaptainGreen7. He is our winner of race 1.
Finishing with an official SRL time of 1:16:46, we get an immediate forfeit and where was the ladder from JSR?
Yeah, it just came down to JSR committing a little bit harder to level 9 than Captain Green did, and that was the difference. If the ladder was in level 9, we have a very different outcome, so very good race, though. Really fun seed, to be honest.
Alright, JSR needs some time to calm down for the next race, he's saying. I'm not gonna phrase it the way he did, but
It's a little PG-13.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll probably just go into game 2. I doubt we're gonna get an interview until the end of game 2, so I guess we will just take a moment and then be back for the second race, unless I'm wrong. This is a doubleheader, by the way. They'll be playing the second race in just a few minutes following a short break for some decompressing and maybe some desalting. So Yeah, question chat. They started with the Triforce in 8, and of course, that was the place they ultimately needed to be. So, kind of a troll there. You're not even thinking about 8, because from the beginning you're thinking, okay, don't need to touch 8, I've got the Triforce. So, of course, your go mode's gonna be an 8. So I guess we'll take a short break here, and we will be back for Game 2 in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be an exciting Game 2.